Guardian newspaper has recently apologized for its role in the slave trade. Greetings, family. Welcome back to my channel. The Guardian is a British daily newspaper. It was founded in 1821 as the Manchester Guardian and changed its name in 1959. Along with its sister papers, The Observer and The Guardian Weekly, The Guardian is part of the Guardian Media Group, owned by Scott Trust. And recently, The Guardian has apologized for the role its founder played in the Transatlantic Slave Trade. I would like to read an excerpt from an article which is entitled, "The Guardian apologizes for its founder's links to the slave trade and announces it will be paying $10 million in reparations." The Guardian today apologized for its founder's links to the slave trade and will be paying $10 million in reparations as part of a decade-long program of restorative justice. The newspaper's owner, the Scott Trust, said it expected to dedicate millions to descendant communities linked to the Guardian's 19th century founders. The newspaper, originally called the Manchester Guardian, was founded in 1821 by John Edward Taylor, who lived from 1791 to 1844, who was a cotton merchant whose father also worked in the textile industry. Today's announcement comes almost 3 years after the Scott Trust commissioned an independent investigation into any historical connection between slavery and Taylor and the other Manchester businessmen who founded his new newspaper. Apparently, the Scott Trust Legacies of Enslavement report, published today, reveals that Taylor and at least 9 of his 11 backers had links to slavery, principally through the textile industry. The Guardian said Taylor had multiple links through partnerships in the cotton manufacturing firm Oakton and Taylor and the cotton merchant company Shuttleworth, Taylor & Co., which imported vast amounts of raw cotton produced by enslaved people in the Americas. Researchers from the universities of Nottingham and Hull were able to identify Taylor's links to plantations in the Sea Islands on the southeastern U.S. Atlantic coast. After reviewing an invoice book, it actually showed that Shuttleworth, Taylor & Co. received cotton from the region, which included the initials and names of plantation owners and enslavers. The newspaper's owner apologized to the affected communities identified in the research and surviving descendants of the enslaved people for the part the Guardian and its founders had in this crime against humanity. The slave trade was abolished in the British Empire in 1807, but it was only 26 years later that the Abolition of Slavery Act finally banned the ownership of other human beings. Under the heading, "A Shameful Period of English History," the June 19, 2020 edition of The Guardian highlighted how finance houses, including Royal Bank of Scotland, Barclays Bank, HSBC, and Lloyds Bank, insurance market Lloyds of London, and the brewer Greene King, had founders and predecessors who made money from slavery, some of whom received substantial compensation when the evil trade was abolished. As you all know, some slave owners and persons who were benefiting from the industry received reparations payments as a settlement for the abolition of their business. But the article continues. Earlier this month, BBC journalist Laura Trevelyan quit the broadcaster to campaign for reparative justice full-time. The decision came after our family made history by publicly apologizing for its ownership of more than 1,000 enslaved Africans and paying $100,000 in reparations. Family, let me know your thoughts in the comments below about all of these dynamics. One love.